But first, let's have a look at what happened last year.
Eric grounds his drone.
Again. Lucky gets married.
These frothers have a baby.
These guys have a baby.
Again, she's now single.
Sponsored by Corona.
Grounded by Corona.
We go sailing.
Best guy on YouTube.
She takes off her clothes.
We buy a boat. Lou and Brady leave Delos.
No. Whoa. Go back.
She takes off her clothes. She always takes off her clothes.
No, not that. That.
I have a signature. The deal is going ahead. Congratulations. Catch us later. Bye.
And now, points of sale and other important stuff. When we sail, we move our boat on various courses in relation to the wind, known as points of sale. With the aid of charts, chart plotters, and updated weather forecasts, we can form a sail plan so we know where we are going, how to get there, what conditions to expect, and ensure the crew understand the individual responsibilities and tasks. This makes you look like an absolute legend and creates a general feeling of safety and confidence on board.
Once this plan has been relayed to all on board, we can go ahead and prepare the vessel for sailing. The more preparation we do in the safety of the marina or at anchor, the smoother our sail. So get sail bags unzipped and halyards secured so we don't have to deal with these things in potentially rough seas. Prepare lines, complete engine checks, seal hatches, and store objects which might go overboard or cause damage.
At this stage, due to correct planning and delegation, all crew know what procedure will be used to leave and will be stationed and ready for the skipper's instructions. The skipper will have made these decisions depending on wind direction and the outlay of the marina. Scan the area to make sure we have a clean exit with little or no traffic. Best way is to look for moving masts. Moving masts let us know if someone else is leaving or entering the marina, so best to give them time to complete the actions before we set off. This way we can avoid passing other vessels in an already confined space. Once our engine is running and all systems checked, we can slip lines under the skipper's orders in the sequence that was planned and discussed before.
This is the time to remain alert and ready for any unforeseen situations that might occur due to engine failure, gusts of wind, or any other mechanical failures. Keep fenders deployed, lines ready, and in extreme circumstances, be ready to drop anchor. Slow is pro. The faster you are moving, the longer it will take your vessel to stop, and any damage sustained in close quarters can be avoided or minimized. This can be expensive, embarrassing, and you might even find yourself on YouTube, and not in a good way.
Once we are out of the marina and in open waters, we can remove and stow fenders and start thinking about hoisting sails and cutting the engine. To safely and effectively hoist sails, we have to get our bow into the wind, still while motoring. When we face the wind, we are not able to sail. The physics do not allow this. So it's only when we turn to a certain angle to the wind that our sails become effective and we can move under sail. Under captain's instructions, we can now hoist sails. The sails will not be affected by the wind as we are facing directly into the breeze. The amount of sail and decision on whether we sail on port or starboard tack would have been relayed to the crew in the initial briefing, following the plan as discussed and confirmed.
Our first point of sail is known as a close-hauled course. This is sailing as close to the wind as possible. Sailboats start to sail at around 45 degrees to the wind. But for this to be effective, our sails need to be sheeted in as much as possible to create the desired angle of wind onto sail.
When sailing on a close-haul course, our sails need to be sheeted in as close to the center of the vessel as possible. If our boat is equipped with a traveller, then this traveller should be centered, or if using a main sheet system only, this will be sheeted in tightly. Please understand, different conditions, wind strengths, and layout will vary from boat to boat, so practice is essential in learning how to set yourself up for good closed-haul sailing. Once we bear away from the wind, the sails fill, and we can cut the motor and enjoy sailing.
Now we need to make some minor adjustments so that our sails are balanced. By balancing the sails, we create lighter steering on our rudder system, which makes relaxed sailing for our skipper or autopilot systems. Excess wind or gusts on our mainsail can cause us to round up into the wind. By adjusting the main sheet, we can keep our desired course. Balancing might also require reefing in certain conditions and will require different setups and sail variations to perfect. It is also great fun and extremely rewarding.
To ensure we stay on our close-haul course, some boats are equipped with wind indicators, but this will involve looking up a lot and can sometimes be obscured by dodgers and biminis. A much cheaper yet effective system are to secure telltales to shrouds, which are eye level and a whole lot cheaper. Wind indicators are also affected by boat speed and wind strength.
So if we said that boats start to sail around 45 degrees off the wind, why is this angle not 90 degrees then? It looks a bit narrower than 90 degrees.
If we are set at a close-haul angle, as stated, we feel the wind at around 45 degrees off our bow. This is known as true wind and will be the wind you would feel on the boat if you were not moving at all. Our telltales or wind indicators will show this wind direction the same as the true wind. However, once we start moving, we also start creating our own wind, which is now hitting us from the bow, from the direction we are moving. A combination of these two winds is known as apparent wind. So although we are sailing 45 degrees to the true wind, we are sailing at a much tighter angle to the apparent wind.
If we change our point of sail and turn so that the wind hits us on our beam, we change from a close-hauled course to a beam reach. Our sheeted-in sails will no longer be effective as the angle of the sails to the wind is too small. To sail on a beam reach, we will have to sheet out our sails and again make adjustments according to wind strength and the conditions. If our boat is equipped with a traveller, we can adjust the traveller away from the center of the vessel, or use a main sheet system to change the angle of the sail. The foresail will also need to be adjusted and sheeted out. Again, as in all points of sail, reefing might have to be considered and minor changes and combinations can be tried and tested for sail balance. On a beam reach, our true wind will be felt on our beam, and the telltales will show this direction as long as we are not moving. While stationary, our true wind and apparent wind will be the same. Once we start moving, we again create wind from the bow, and the strength of this created wind depends on how fast we move. The combination of these two winds become our apparent wind, and our telltales show this apparent wind. We sail at 90 degrees to the true wind, but at a smaller angle to the apparent wind.
If we change course again and sail away from the wind, we move from a beam reach and start to sail on a broad reach. Once again, our sails need to be adjusted to effectively sail on this course. Our true wind is now hitting us from aft of the beam, and as long as we are not moving, the telltales will show the same. So again, our true wind and apparent wind are the same. Once we start moving, our created wind blows from the direction of travel, and our telltales will show us the combination of these winds, which by now you understand as the apparent wind. The last point of sail we look at is the downwind run, where we sail in the same direction as the wind. Again, as usual, if we are not moving, our true wind hits on our stern and the telltales will show the same. Once we start moving, we do create wind from our bow, but we cannot sail faster than the wind, so our telltales will not be affected by this created wind, and our apparent wind will show the same direction as the true wind. It's important to understand that on a run, our apparent wind will be less than our true wind.
Because this apparent wind appears to be lighter, the sails will need to be secured to prevent flogging, accidental jibes, chafing, or boom swings. When sailing on a run, you can secure your foresail with a whisker pole to keep good sail shape and limit damage to the sail. A swinging boom can be dangerous, and accidental jibes can cause damage to rigging, sails, and crew. So setting up a boom preventer is always a good idea in these situations.
In future episodes, we plan to change things up a bit. We bought a boat. We look forward to sharing this experience with you. We will go through each step and hopefully provide some insight and information on how we went about it.
We would love to share this new adventure with you.
Please join us and support by hitting the like button, subscribe, and share.
We hope to see you soon.